I'm so glad you decided to join me on this extended date with Iron Chef. So, Iron Chef is modeled after the Iron Chef cooking shows. It's student centered, it's a gamified jigsaw with accountability built in. It's used to cover content and connect to standards. Students read, they synthesize, they create, and then they present to their peers. It's fun, it's fast, and it's a great way to move content into a student-centered format. So let's take a look at the basic recipe of Iron Chef. So first off, as a teacher, you're going to come up with a topic or a theme that's related probably to what you're currently studying in the classroom. Then you're going to decide on some resources you want to provide to the students. This could be one, it could be as simple as the online textbook, or it could be multiple different resources or websites. The key here is you probably want to choose some resources that the students are familiar with so they're not having to learn how to navigate a new website or a resource. So it's a place that they're used to going and kind of understand the layout because this is a fast activity. Then you're going to create a slide deck template for this lesson, and there will be one of these shared with each of your groups. Inside of each of the slide decks is a slide that includes a subtopic that each of the students will take on. So they'll assign themselves, or you can assign them one of the individual subtopics within that slide deck. On each of those slides, the students are going to include facts and images that support their assigned subtopic. And the big one right here, and this is what really makes it a challenge, is it is bound to 10 minutes. Again, this is a fast activity. Now, for those really ambitious students, we're going to throw in a secret ingredient, just like that Iron Chef show. That secret ingredient is a challenge for those early finishers, and they're going to want to get to it. This could be just an additional question, but what's really cool is when teachers find ways to really give students their own spin on a topic, like going out and finding a GIF that supports the topic, or a quick video, or telling a joke, or a would you rather question. So finding some way to make it kind of a fun challenge, but still supporting that concept. Okay, so this is the layout of an example slide that each student would get. So you're going to give the subtopic, the title of that slide, so the subtopic, and a place for students to list their facts. You probably want to include a place for them to put their images or an image. And then a place for them to give their secret ingredient, whatever that is, whether that's written or that's a picture or a video that they're putting onto the slide, but having a location for that to go as well. So let's take a look at an example. So first up, we're going to take a look at the template. So this is what the teacher creates. It's going to be shared with each of the groups. So on the title slide, we have our topic or our theme. So this one is going to be over the 3 branches of government and a place for all of the students in the group to list their names. Then the teacher is going to give the instructions or the requirements for this Iron Chef. First off, that reminder, this is 10 minutes to complete your assigned slide. On each of those slides, the students are asked to provide 3 facts, 1 image, and the secret ingredient. And at the end of 10 minutes, just a reminder to students that they will be presenting to the class. Okay, so this one is the 3 branches of government. So it has 3 slides, 1 for the legislative branch, 1 for the executive branch, and 1 for the judicial branch. 3 students will work in this group, and they will each get their own slide. On each of the slides, you'll see a very similar list of requirements. So for the legislative branch, the teacher's asking them to provide 3 facts. And look at this right here. The teacher has linked the resource right on the slide. This is a great strategy so that, remember, we want to keep it bound in that 10 minutes. And so when we provide that resource right on the slide, the students aren't having to go look somewhere else for the resource or remember where it's at or type in a URL. It's all right there. You could also list those resources you want students to use down in the notes section. So there's already a place set up with bullets for the student to list their 3 facts. They have a location to add their picture. And then this teacher has added the secret ingredient and there's a box. So in this case, the teacher's asking for the system of checks and balances for that branch of government. And the teacher's gone ahead and given some prompting questions for the students to respond to. So this is a very content specific secret ingredient that the teacher is asking for. But again, you can have lots of fun with that secret ingredient. It doesn't have to be as fact based as this one is. You could really let the kids have an opportunity to interpret the idea or the topic or the subtopic in their own way. And that secret ingredient, it's totally up to you. And you can see the executive branch follows the exact same format, asking the same type of information just specific to the executive branch. Again, that resource is linked on the slide, so they're not having to go back anywhere to find it. And again, some prompting questions for their secret ingredient if they have time to get to that part. And again, for the judicial branch. And that is it. So when I and the teacher, I'm gonna put this into my LMS, and so that students, when they click the link, so I'll have the team leader click the link, and I'll have it set up to force a copy for each of the team leaders. And then once the team leader gets this, they'll go up to the share and they'll open that and they will add in all of their group members and make them all editors. So they're all editing this slide at the same time. Okay, so let's take a look at what this might look like from the student once the students get it. So again, remember, once I get this out to the students, so I'm going to give them a little bit of time. I'm going to send them to my LMS, my learning management system, have them click the link, make their copy as a team leader, and then I'm going to let the team leader go ahead and share that to each of their group members. So I'm going to have to allow maybe 2 minutes. You might want to play a 2-minute long song and say when the song's over, my timer is going to begin. Okay, so just give them a little bit of time to get going, to share it, and then get your timer started. So 10 minutes. So I go straight to my slide in my group and begin working. Okay, so time's up now. All hands off the keyboard. This is what the students have been able to do in 10 minutes. So the student that worked on legislative branch, you can see that they were able to give 3 facts. Some of them look a little bit more detailed than the others. They did not add a picture, and I can see that they did not add anything for the secret ingredient. Student 2 that worked on executive branch, they definitely gave me the 3 facts. They gave me a picture, and they had time to work on the secret ingredient. And for the judicial branch, I can see the 3 facts, kind of limited. They might have to explain a little bit what they meant by those. They gave a picture, and then they answered the secret ingredient question. Okay, so and that's the thing. So when you first start this, it's going to be a struggle to get it done in 10 minutes. Definitely a struggle. But that's part of the challenge, is that 10 minutes. This is not something we want to give them 45 minutes to do. And so you also have to think about the topics you're giving to students. Make sure that that cognitive load that you're expecting of them is appropriate for that 10-minute period of time to develop one slide. Okay, so now as I say, all hands off of the keyboards. We are done. You can even have them close their devices, and we are ready to present. So one of the things, when they are sharing with each other, you'll want them to go ahead and share that slideshow with you as well, so you have copies and access to everybody's slideshows. So now I'm the teacher. I am on my projector. I'm going to start presenting the slideshows. The students will stay at their seats. They do not need to get up out of their seats to come up and present their slideshows. So I'm going to choose one of the groups to present. I'm going to click slideshow. From their seats, they'll that's me, that's me, that's me. Okay. We're going to advance to the next slide. So this is slide 1. I'm going to go ahead and turn on. I don't believe that we need more than 30 seconds. And so, because I want to keep the pace going during presentations, I don't want any lulls. We've got to go. Okay. We have limited class time. We need to get these presented. I'm going to go ahead and have it set up to autoplay. So in this case, I really think the students could probably present their slides in 15 seconds or less. Remember, we don't want them reading everything on a slideshow. Okay, it's best to, that's my back, that's up there, and then I'm going to be talking about my understanding of the legislative branch. Okay, 15 seconds, I believe in this case, is sufficient. Sometimes you may need, depending on the amount of information that's on the slide that you're expecting of the students, you might need to do a little bit more, 30 seconds. But again, these should be very fast presentations. The goal here is really to get every presentation in and completed in under 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set it to every 15 seconds and click play. And so during my time, I'm going to talk about what's on my slide. I had legislative branch. Here's the facts that I found. If I had a picture, I'd say this is the picture I chose, and this is why it represents my topic or my subtopic. And here's the secret ingredient. As soon as that next slide comes up, executive branch starts talking about what's on their slide, why they chose it, why they chose the picture. This is my secret ingredient. And when my time is up, it's going to auto advance to the next slide, and we're going to finish up. So judicial branch, here's my information. This is why I chose the picture, and my secret ingredients done. I'm the teacher in control of that. Okay, I turn it off and I go and open up the next slideshow and another 2-minute presentation. So all said and done, from the time that I presented that 2 minutes that I'm going over the example, or my template with the students, giving them the instructions of what I expect, sharing that out. So another 2 minutes. So we're at like 4 minutes now, 5 minutes. We'll say 5 minutes and time begins. So then we spend 10 minutes working on our slides. So we're at 15 minutes. And if I have, let's say I have 6, 7 groups in the room, each of them does a 2-minute presentation. So the entire process is 30 minutes. So definitely doable within those 45-minute class periods. For sure. And these can go even faster than that. You can speed it up even more. And they will get faster as the students have more experience using Iron Chef. The writers of the Iron Chef Eduprotocol, Marlena Hayburn and John Carippo, they say that this Eduprotocol works best when you are doing it every week, and the students will get faster and faster. Those presentations will move faster. Sharing each other on our slideshows is going to get faster and faster. The whole process is going to get faster, and the quality of the student slide decks are going to improve over time. It's going to be rough when you first start, but over time, this is going to be done quickly. Okay. So I really hope you enjoyed learning about the Iron Chef Eduprotocol, and I hope you're ready to learn more because this was fast. So first off, of course, I want you to take a look at the eduprotocols.com. This is the official website for Eduprotocols. They have written multiple books. The Iron Chef template is from their first book on Eduprotocols. And there's a second book, and there's even a math specific version now. But I have linked directly to the Iron Chef page. It walks you right through exactly how to implement this with your students. And it also includes some examples of Eduprotocols that have already been completed. And these are all you can edit all of these. So you can save them to your Google Drive and make it your very own. Next up, I have a Wakelet collection specific to Eduprotocols. So first off, when you visit this Wakelet, you will find several more, come on, going a little slow. So you'll find a few more professional development videos and sites to help you learn more about the Iron Chef, as well as a few other of the Eduprotocols are also included there. And then I have, as I find examples of reproducible Iron Chef Eduprotocol templates, I like to throw them onto this Wakelet, so they're there. Here's the thing. Chances are these aren't going to be an exact match to anything that you're teaching in your classroom, okay? These are specific to, whoever developed them and whatever grade level they're at and whatever content area and wherever they're at in the United States or the world. But there's some really great ideas here. They are all editable Google Slides, And so you can kind of look at the elements they have and make it your very own. So it's a good starting place, so you don't have to start from scratch. So you at least have a template to start with. And then finally, I just want to give a shout out for that book, the Eduprotocol Field Guide. That's book 1 is where you'll find the Iron Chef, in addition to 15 more Eduprotocols to get you on your way. They are just a great resource. I have the book, easy to implement, gives you some structure to your collaborative digital work with students, so that the focus can really be on the learning and the creating, as opposed to let's all, they did the work. I didn't do the work. You did the work. All of that mess that can happen when we ask students to collaborate. It takes that out of the picture because we're putting structures in place. So the collaboration happens because we're following this structure, and then our focus can be entirely on the learning. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I hope you are inspired to continue learning about Iron Chef and the other Eduprotocols. Have a great day.